CD muito bem.
I don't mind staying up all night, 'cause I came to get it right, and I won't leave without a fight. Out in the dark, nobody came for my rescue, and I won't come to rescue you. Out in the cold, you bring it on, I'm telling you. Just wait, 'cause I know where it came from. Then you go from lover to hater. Sooner or later you feel so desolated. You're under wheel and I'm totally jaded. I just don't care about you anymore. Forsaken room, unable to feel. We've been down this road before. Our love is not an open door, it's a shot in the dark, and you bring it on. I'm telling you, don't, and I just wait, 'cause I know where it came from. You go from lover to hater. Sooner or later, still so desolated. You're under wheel and I'm totally jaded. I just don't care about you anymore. I just don't love you anymore. I know where you came from, but you don't know what I'm hoping for. I know all your secrets, and I know that you know mine. When I tell you all my worries, when I tell you all my fears, you go back where you came from, where you came from. 'Cause you're a lover, a hater, and sooner or later you feel so desolated. You're under wheel and I'm traveling spirit, I've seen many shores, from the West Pacific to the island of Kenya. They treat me like a son anywhere I go, and even though no one can tell, I still feel that I'm alone. I'm alone. I'm alone. I'm alone. Leave me stranded, I know how to handle it all on my own. On my own. I have learned that no one else can carry this load. It's a train where I'm the only passenger on board. Oh, there is beauty to enjoy on this road, but even so, I still feel that I'm alone. I'm alone. I'm alone. I'm alone. Leave me stranded, I know how to handle it all on my own. I'm alone. I'm alone. I'm alone. Leave me stranded, I know how to handle it all on my own.
was a night